Hey fam, welcome back. Hope you're doing fantastic. So we're back with another foundation test video. In today's video, we're featuring the Revolution Concealing Glow Foundation. This brand just keeps dropping products left, right, and center, but we move, okay? If you're not new to my channel, you probably already know that the Concealer Define Full Coverage Foundation is my most favorite complexion product from Makeup Revolution. So I'm very curious to see how this is gonna look on me. They also came out with the Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. They're just dropping things like fly, and it can be a little confusing, but it's okay. I am here to help you to decide whether you need it or not, okay? If you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome. And second of all, if you're new to my channel, that means you're kind of new to foundation test. So in this kind of video, I basically test the foundation according to the claim. Basically, we're going to experience this foundation together. You virtually, me in real life, okay? Because you don't have it yet. I don't know why I'm doing that, all right? I test the spreadability, the wearability, the longevity, every ability and the validity that comes with foundation, okay? On my only combination skin, all right? And I give my recommendation for all skin type, okay? So in this kind of videos, I usually apply the products with two separate kind of tubes, and I just give you my first impression as well, all right? So if you're interested in things like that, make sure to subscribe down below, turn notification as well, switch it to all so that way you don't miss out on a single video from me, all right? There's also going to be a playlist down below and also a timestamp down below. So let's get into this video. Before we proceed, just so you know, I'm of warm golden undertone, okay? So without rambling on, let's go ahead and check the specifications of this foundation, and I've got it on my phone here, so don't mind me. So this foundation retails for 17 Australian dollars, 13 US dollars, and 10 pounds. I bought this on Beauty Bay. It's also available on revolutionbeauty.com. This video is not sponsored. This foundation particularly is available in 20 shades. The Conceal and Define range initially did come out with that amount of shade, and then they kept expanding it. Now it comes out in 49 or 50 shades, which is great, okay? This one comes in a 23 ml glass bottle, and I'm guessing it also has the same kind of application too as the Conceal and Define foundation, because it's the same kind of packaging, which, oh, it's over there. Can't get it. I'll put a picture up, okay? But this is what it looks like. And I have the shade F14.2. F stands for foundation, and they claim for the shade to be for dark skin tone with an olive undertone. The shade after this had a red undertone, I think. So when I looked at the shades, all I could pick was 14.2. In the Conceal and Define range, I usually mix shades together, and I was saying just go for 13.7 to try out to see if that's going to match me better than 13.5, but we'll see that in another video, okay? So Revolution says this beautiful coverage foundation has been pumped with brightening vitamin C plus light reflecting pore particles for the ultimate skin loving radiant finish. They says simply blend over the complexion and watch your skin appear effortlessly illuminated, brightened, and gorgeously glowing all day long. For best result, follow your skincare routine vitamin C collection. I don't have any of those things that they're describing. They don't really put whether it's better with a sponge or a brush or whatever, but we're just gonna go ahead and do what we do, okay? So this is what the foundation itself looks like, and I haven't opened it yet actually. That sounds so good. I love that. Ooh. I love the packaging. I like the gold drips. I'm not really one to go for gold. That's so funny. But I really like the drips. All right, so before I open it, let's just go ahead and prime so that way my primer can have time to set into my skin. I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer doesn't have any longevity properties to it whatsoever. So be able to see whether this foundation is long wearing on our skin today, okay? Or my skin. All right, let's go ahead and open. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I was expecting a doe for applicator. I haven't seen this foundation yet. I didn't even I saw my girl Miss C do a review on it, but I only saw her thumbnail, so I didn't even. Why am I so disappointed? I really like the doe applicator of the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Anyway, let's move. So let's go ahead and pump this on our foundation plates. Ooh. Ooh. The shade, it does look green, olive. Look at it. Let me not blind you. Do you see that? It looks really olivey actually. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and apply it with a brush on this side just to see the application. And I'm using the e.l.f. 21 brush by Shop Miss A. Okra. Ooh, it's very olivey. So what happened to the, warm golden undertone shade? Adam? What happened? In the, from like F13 to 15, what happened to the warm golden undertone shade? Anyway, let's just apply this one and see. It doesn't have a scent, like a fragrance scent, but I can smell something like chemical, but not too much. Wow, straight off the bat, that's pretty. Do you see this? Okay, the shade is not terrible. Maybe it's the brush that's just making it look immaculate, but Oh, my hair, don't cloth me. But it's not terrible. Okay, I feel like the brush just made it look more of a powder. Let's use a sponge on this side now. Oh, this sponge is so cold. All right, so far I don't like the way that looks with a sponge. It's a bit patchy with a sponge. Or is it because I didn't apply a lot? So green. Why does it look better on this side and it looks more olivey? And I didn't use this. Oh, did I use it to apply my bronzer? What is this? What is this shade? Who is this level of olive undertone? I know there are lots of olive undertone people out there, but this level of olive undertone for a person with deeper skin tone? Who is this? Who has this level of olive? If you do, let me know. But like, I'm just curious. Let me go back to the brush. Seems like the fact that there's a little bit of product on the brush helps a lot. So let's use the brush to tone it down. Cause what is this? I look green. I'm almost actually matching my yellow jumper, which is yellow, but like, okay, I'll just finish applying it with a sponge. I think it's working better now. And then maybe we'll then calm down and fit my skin tone better. All right, so here we go. Foundation has been applied. I hope he said green. I hope she said green in that song, or blue. She said blue. Anyway, if I was green, I would leave. No dying. But yeah. So let's ignore the shade because we know that ain't it, and the shade range is no, this is not it. Coverage wise, I'm on a light coverage, very light coverage. Okay, I can see all my blemishes. Let's say borderline medium. I can see my shadow here a bit on my upper lip, but it's okay. I honestly don't want to go ahead and build up the coverage because I can't stand looking green while I'm blending it. I don't want to go through that. I hope it's really translated on camera the way, like, you know, I hope what I'm seeing right now is really translated on camera because I just cannot. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my under eye with the f13.5 in the Conceal and Define range. I did this all the time. I use the foundation to serve as a concealer and also as a contour as well. So I'm just, do you see that shade difference? This is why I love the doe foot applicator. It's so nice and thick, like me, and just mwah, like me. This is F17. I'm just gonna blend out the contour using my sponge. By the way, I also wrapped on the shade of the Conceal and Glow foundation that I forgot to tell you exactly how, like, kind of the finish I'm still experiencing. So right now, touching the foundation, it's still very wet. It does need to be set down with a powder. It does look a little bit radiant. They did say that it's a radiant kind of foundation, so it's true to their description. It's also very lightweight as well. Okay, I feel better now. I'm gonna go ahead and set this a bit using the Mercier Translucent Honey Powder, and I'm talking about my under eye. I'm gonna use the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I'm using a contour shade, and I'm just gonna use this to set my contour. Wow, I don't know if you can, it's a little bit radiant, but not as much. The foundation itself is very wet. And you can see around my mouth here, it looks a little bit radiant as well. A little bit, not a lot. So let's go ahead and just set it with a dust of translucent powder. And I'm using translucent powder so that we don't change the shade too much, you know? And the translucent powder is the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep. And literally, that's what I've got. That's what I'm gonna use for this entire area. Just a little. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and I will be right back. All right, so here we are. The rest of the face is done and this is what my face is looking like. And my jumper is dirty. I was gonna take it off, but ain't nobody got time for that today, okay? So we're gonna start the wear test, but before we go into the wear test, just a little bit about what I'm thinking about the foundation so far. It's all right. The shade is throwing me off a major ton, but we're able to balance it out a lot. Olive undertone can work on me, but like this one is too olive, like almost green. Okay, it's so weird. All right, but in terms of foundation itself, it does feel very lightweight. It is a beautiful coverage kind of foundation. It is a kind of radiant finish kind of foundation. They said Conceal and Glow, and it's supposed to be illuminating. I guess it kind of fits the description, but then kind of not too much, because it's not very glowy and it's not like illuminating, but it is a little bit radiant or a little bit glowy. If you do look at it, I did apply highlighter here, but just a little bit. But if you guys remember, like before I applied the highlighter, my face was looking a little bit glowy around here, and it was still looking a little bit glowy here as well. And I feel like it still is, even though I did set it lightly with the translucent powder. But then again, I only set it lightly, just kind of reduce the wetness a bit. In terms of wetness, it does still feel wet when I touch it. When I touch it, I still get stain on my hand, but you know what? It doesn't leave a mark, which is good. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna fare, you know, throughout the day. So let's start the wear test and see how this is gonna fare on my oily combination skin. I'm gonna take a video of it, of what it looks like in daylight, and I'll talk to you guys about that when I come back. Okay, so I will see you soon, or maybe very soon, depending on whether or not I see something to update you about, or like maybe at the end of the day. I'm gonna try and do an 8-hour wear test today. Okay, so I'll see you soon. I forgot to mention the time right now is, let me remove my notification, 9:09, but I literally just came back up to show you. So it was actually around 9 o'clock when I stopped. So let's just say 9 a.m. okay? All right, so we are back now. I'm not sure what you're seeing because my viewfinder, like on my computer, is not working. So forgive me if I do stare at the viewfinder on the camera, but let's just proceed, okay? I really do hope I'm in focus because it's so far away that I can't see. Anyway, we're back. It is currently, let's see if it's gonna focus. Can you see it? It's 5:43 p.m. So it's been almost 9 hours. It's been 8 hours and 43 minutes, basically, okay? I haven't touched up my face at all today, okay? I haven't blotted, I haven't done anything. I did scratch my face a little right here just by doing a tapping motion, and I did go out today and I wore a mask. The foundation did transfer a little bit onto the mask, but it didn't really lift up my face per se. But I can see some areas where there isn't foundation anymore, but it happened before I actually put on the mask. My face is still, it's looking all right? It looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah, but when you do look close, you see some little bits and pieces missing. But then again, it's been almost 9 hours, guys, so we can't really, it's not a magical foundation. They're not claiming it to be 24-hour wear. I don't think they are. Okay, and like you can see, my face is looking a bit glowy, especially in this T-zone area, but I wouldn't say it's just my oil. I would say it's mostly the foundation. So let's just go ahead and blot without rambling on too much, and then do some basic touch-ups. That's the main place where I had to blot, really, my nose. See, there's not much that really came off in comparison to how much really does usually come off. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's really cool. So I'm just gonna touch up with a translucent medium deep powder and just tap it across my face. And yeah, my lipstick is gone. I would say based on the kind of time we wore this foundation for today, or I wore the foundation for today, it's not bad, you know. Even though I did start noticing a little bit of issues around hour 5 and whatnot, it's really not bad. I actually like it. Now, will it replace my Conceal and Define full coverage foundation? No, because this one is more of a full coverage. It sets down to more of a semi or demi matte kind of finish. It's just beautiful. I don't really need to do anything to it in terms of setting down with a powder. I don't even worry about it at all, and I hardly even use mattifying primers with it, like all controlling primer and whatnot. So this is my baby right here. But would I still use this? Yes, but I wouldn't like reach for it first. I reach for the Conceal and Define full coverage foundation first. I really wish this came with a doe foot applicator, but the pump is okay as well. All right, so what else can I say? Everything that I put on the foundation is still kind of there, mainly on this side, which is very interesting. On this side, there's almost everything is gone, and that is so weird because all the products I applied on top of my face today, they're usually there at the end of the day, you know, so I find that weird. I will say though, this foundation is tear resistant because tear kind of went down my face. Anyway, it's good, you know, it's good for all of that. And not only is it kind of tear resistant, it also looks good in daylight as well, you know, no qualms there. So would I recommend it? Yes, it's nice, mainly if you don't mind that kind of feeling of wetness on your face and whatnot, and you don't mind a glowy radiant kind of finish foundation. Even though this foundation, as I keep saying, is not very radiant, it's not too illuminating, you know, especially like after you kind of set it down. Now, Makeup Revolution, I know they want us to keep talking about this, which is why why they keep bringing out limited shades. Y'all gotta figure your stuff out, okay, please. Yeah, if I were to rate it, I'd rate it a 3 out of 5 because of that whole shade mess. And also like blending it with a sponge, it took me a little bit to kind of get the hang of it, you know, which is very, very weird, you know. I usually go for sponges, so it was weird. It kind of started applying a little bit patchy, and I did realize it was because I didn't pick up a lot of products. But then that is also weird that it is blending a little bit patchy because I didn't pick up a lot of products. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let me know down below what you think about this foundation. If you were considering getting this foundation, are you gonna get it now? Let me know. I mean, it actually isn't that expensive, so if you still want to get it just to kind of test it, it's not that expensive, which is great. Okay, all right, well, that's it from me. All right, my lipstick is gone. I need to go and I'm pooped. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, and as always, go everything to love yourself, and by God's grace I pray I see you in my very next video. Bye. And there was something I was gonna say, I forgot. What was I gonna say? There's something I'm gonna say. Why is it one? Hey FamBam, welcome back. I hope you're doing fantastic. So we're back doing another seems to have the aim brightened and gorgeously glowing all day long.